Yo, what is going on, guys? Dtcc here. Today we are going to be going over a Dtcc filing that comes into effect for AMC come next week. We're also going to be going over my basic standpoint as to where I think AMC and GameStop are going to go come next week. And we're also going to be going over a few plays as well as the overall market. If you like the video at all, please consider smashing that like. And if you want to join the fam and become financially free together, smash that subscribe button and drop a comment down below. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so first I found this on Twitter, and this was saying that the Dtcc collateral changes to collateral haircuts effective Monday. So we did look into the filing a little bit, but I preferred to get this too long didn't read that I found on Reddit from this guy who posted it. Shout out Gorilla Gambler. This is on our AMC stock. So too long didn't read on May 2nd, settlement date May 3rd. Banks have to come up with more collateral considering the Dtcc is reducing some percent off their current collateral positions, being in order to reduce risk on behalf of the Dtcc. Example, you bought a house that was worth $1 million with a down payment of only $20K. You will not be able to report that $1 million house as collateral to buy another asset since you still owe $980K. Too much risk for the bank if you go under. So you have to come up with an additional collateral in order to back up the loan. Seems they do not want another Archegos blown up in their face. I'd assume margin calls soon. Only wondering if they'll pick up the phone or not. Monday's gonna be cray-cray. So that is pretty much the too long didn't read. And I'm gonna link the filing down below for anybody who does want to look into it. So that's the first thing we got crossed off the list. This is good for us. It's coming into effect. It's gonna have pretty much just them put more money down. I wouldn't say this means strictly margin calls. But this is going to lead us into the next point. So I got to take a breath here, right? If this is going to lead us closer or lead them closer to being margin called, right? We're having to put up more collateral. This is where this gets interesting, okay? And we're taking a look at the overall market. And why do I bring up the overall market? Because this is where all of their long positions come into play and all of their assets that they can use as collateral to put up comes into play. Now, if you go over here to the filing, you can see, right, as a reminder to help manage intraday transaction blockages due to whatever, okay, you can see number one, participants can designate additional securities as collateral. This is why I say this is important, right? This can make the market go one of two ways, just due to the fact that they can use other securities as collateral. But if the market does continue to sell off and all of their long positions do go downhill and they can't use these securities as collateral due to the fact that they're liquidating. I mean, if you take a look, right, you can take a look at any basic blue chip. Let's take a look at Google, for example, right? Take a look at Google on the 4-hour. Take a look at how this is selling off. Okay, this huge smash. You can bring up Amazon, huge sell-off, right? These are not retail dropping the price. This is big money. These are big ass companies. This is huge money. Okay, so taking a look at the SPY again, right? You can see that it's coming down to touch this significant level again. Now we expected this sell-off yesterday on Friday, and there's potential that it could rebound just due to the fact that this does happen often with the SPY. But if this breaks under 410 again come Monday, Tuesday, this thing is dropping significantly. And we have the levels panned out right here. So you want to watch 410, and then you're having a $12 dip to about $3.98 and then to $3.91. Now, if that's not the case, and you're someone who is looking to buy calls on the SPY, I would wait for a real good confirmation over 442 on the SPY, or if you really want a good one, over 450. That is probably the sign that, okay, the market is back in place. It's time to, get rocking, get going. But as of now, guys, the things that are falling into place are getting really interesting with the SPY, with this, new haircuts, etc., things like that. So if we do keep seeing the market sell off, right, there's not going to be collateral to be put up against these losing plays like GameStop, AMC, the plays that they're losing heavily on. So as the market's doing this, right, you may or may not see GameStop and AMC following it until a point. Ultimately, that's what we're waiting for. But with that being said, let's go over to GameStop and AMC. I got GameStop pulled up first because this is super basic. This, in my opinion, is what GameStop could do. The healthy way, right? This is the healthy direction it can go in. And just to keep it simple and frank with you guys, GameStop set up nice. Okay, based off of previous resistance. So right now you are still in this uptrend, right? You come up and you base off of this, and this is also based off of this middle trend line that we have set up, right? The next thing you could see GameStop do is a push back up to about 250, okay, around 250 to 256, and then come back down and retest about 192, okay, on this overall this top trend line. And then from there on out, we'll see if it holds the uptrend or wants to hold the downtrend by the time we get there. Now, I have this drawn out big, like, this is scaling out to June, but that's not actually it. This is overall just what it's going to look like in the smaller perspective. Now to bring up AMC, and then I want to go over a couple plays that I think are interesting. We're going to talk about BRQS and MULN, also BBIG. Also, guys, I don't think this is going to be this long out, right? Obviously, this is drawn out to August. I think this is going to be on a lot smaller of a scale, like crunched, but ultimately, this is what I think something you could see because you saw it back here on the 30-minute, right? You have this chop that we've been trading in to come down, right? Resistance, support, resistance, broke through, created support, and then came in, created support, broke through, resistance, support right here, resistance, broke through, and then you saw it, right? support, got resistance for a little bit, broke through, came back in, and now we're sitting in this channel. And you also have this channel, right? You come up, support, resistance, support, resistance, and then overall, you saw it hold right here, support, breakthrough right here, resistance on this overall bottom trend line, and resistance on the top one. So I do think the next thing that you could see is, it's sort of like this. Think about it like an X. Okay, this is how AMC was trading. It was up here, so the only way for it to go was in a downtrend. Now that it's opening up and it's coming to the other side, the only way for it to go is in an uptrend, and this is just how I see it. I think the worst case scenario is you tap back down on 1292. That's what we saw, back here. I think that's a possibility to look out for. But at that point, you should see something along the lines of this. Okay, this is all talk without the ruling coming into place. Now, next thing I want to talk about is BRQS. If anyone is in it, be very careful. Okay, because this setup, and we've talked about it before, it looks like exactly how MULN is set up. Now, it doesn't look overly risky, but it does look, it looks very similar as to the fact that it's going to be, in my opinion, more of a waiting game, but I could definitely be wrong, right? I think, you're at this point somewhere, and we're on the 4-hour chart. You're either up here or you're here, and BRQS is looking very similar to right here, so you could see a little bit of a dip soon, and honestly just hang out sideways unless you see some sort of market crash or something like that. I'm not sure about these smaller plays that may or may not run. BRQS, MULN, definitely on the list. I just wanted to let you know, be careful. BRQS could come back down to about 25 cents and trade sideways for a little while, kind of like MULN did. So be careful about that. Now, the one that I really want to talk about, and I grabbed some calls on this, just some YOLOs, is BBIG. This thing is set up picture perfect, in my opinion. Look at the fucking... We've been talking about the cycles every time, and it came down exactly to this level that we talked about, and you're getting that move. If you take a look at this, we'll bring it up on TradingView so you can see it more clear here, right? And we're on the daily. Just look at how beautiful this setup is. These cycles happen ever so often, and we've talked about it. Come down and you're gonna rip, see it here, come down, you're gonna rip. I didn't draw that perfect, but I mean, you see it in smaller perspectives too. Ultimately, BBIG loves to do this, come down and rip, and you see it constantly. You can scale back on the stock constantly, and I just think it's so easy to predict at this point, so I just jumped in. Guys, if you're in this, good luck. This is not financial advice, not telling you to get in, but this looks like a picture perfect setup to me. It's definitely still a risky play, but over the next week or 2 weeks, I think this thing could make some moves. So, guys, that is all I got for you for the video. Remember, please consider joining the fam, join the community. Let's get financially free. Let's make this money. Join the free Discord link down below. Become a member where you can get free perks off of merch, see videos early, have members only live chats, etc. You can view the perks. Download Moo, link in the description. Sign up and deposit anything. You'll get free stocks. You can sell those by AMC, and I will also personally send you something for free on the merch store. You can check that out down below. So, guys, that is it for the video. Please smash the like, get the algo going. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.